Hello Gotcha Gamers, and I'm sure you've seen all over the place today talking about all of the new stuff coming to version 1.6. It makes 1.5 feel like a really dead update, not gonna lie, but there's a lot of new stuff coming to 1.6. We're gonna go over a little bit of that today. I'll be going everything that's coming out in version 1.6 as far as new MOC and stuff like that, but then I'll also want to talk about what effect this has on the game. How big is this for Honkai Star Rail? So I think let's just go ahead and hop into it now. We can go ahead and get this out of the way. If you don't know already what's coming to the game, you'll get that right here, and if you don't care about anything past that, then feel free to click off the video then. But first of all, what we're going to be getting in version 1.6 is the Pure Fiction event. This is like a horde mode. This is going to be kind of like I guess the best way I can describe it, the event we have on right now, the Planar Infinity event. After you beat, your Planar event or whatever, you get to the end battle, and then you go through waves, and you keep attacking enemies, keep getting your score up, and stuff like that. This is going to work very similar to that. It's going to be changing buffs every single time this rotates out, because this will be a permanent game mode, and this will be changing just about the same time that MOC would normally change. So yes, this is really big that we're getting here. We can get 720 Stellar Jades from this every phase of this. Sorry, I had to change a couple settings there. It might look weird now, but this doesn't mean that we're getting more Stellar Jades. This just means we're getting more content for the end game, which is really, really nice to see. Let's go ahead and scroll down here a little bit more. This is the new changes coming to Memory of Chaos as well. We're going to be getting new stages, 11 and 12. And we'll talk about this more at the end of the video, but this is something that I brought up in one of my previous videos, and a video that I was already going to plan on release tomorrow, but we're going to change some of that video now, because it was talking about power creep in Honkai Star Rail, and how when you get stronger characters in the game, they release harder content, or that's how it should work. Genshin's another story, right? So that's how games normally work, and this is the harder content right here. So this is how power creep is going to affect us going forward. But we'll talk more about this at the end of this video today. But yeah, we're getting new stages. Stage 11, stage 12, which means we can get 720 Stellar Jades now from the Memory of Chaos. Ayo, I'm happy to see that. Better than 600, am I right? So more rewards there. Always good to see here. Also, we're getting an auto clear function. I love this because I generally don't have much time to spend on the game per day, whether that be me working my actual job, me editing videos, me getting stuff ready for videos, thumbnails, stuff like that. I really don't have that much time to go through and clear this stuff, so this is a big stress reliever for me, and I'm sure it takes a stress off a lot of players' backs as well, considering this basically allows you to clear up to stage 7 auto clear. So if you go into MOC, you clear stage 7 with 3 stars, you get all of the past rewards immediately. So that means you're not having to waste your time go through all those stages. It's already cleared for you. So that means after the fact, all you'll need to complete is going to be stage 8, stage 9, stage 10, stage 11, and stage 12. Obviously, that's still a substantial amount of stages, but a lot less of going through like the fodder work, right? Because realistically, stage 7, stage 8 is where it normally starts ramping up in difficulty for Memory of Chaos, and I think we're going to see that more with stage 11 and 12. So good luck grinding on those. This is a very nice feature. Also, the retry feature is going to be launching as well. That's launching in version 1.5. Nothing to do with 1.6. This is going to be good. We already talked about it in a previous video. We're just going to go past that. But this is the one thing I did want to talk about, though. This is also coming in 1.6. The new scheduling for Memory of Chaos and Pure Fiction event, or the Pure Fiction mode. So how this is going to work is basically the availability of Memory of Chaos is extending from 2 weeks to 6 weeks. So it gives you more time to complete Memory of Chaos now, which is great. Even though they're giving you, the skip feature, I think it's going to take more players more time to beat it, because they are adding those 2 extra stages on there. So it's nice to see that they're increasing it. They're increasing it to 6 weeks, which I was kind of scared about at first, but now looking at it, I'm actually not too scared about it anymore, because this right here shows just about everything we need to know here as far as release schedule. So we have Memory of Chaos 1 for 6 weeks. After 2 weeks, we get Pure Fiction, which means there's not really any content difference there, meaning we're not having to wait longer for another form of content to come to the game. We're getting it 2 weeks after Memory of Chaos. After 2 weeks of Pure Fiction, we're getting the next stage of Memory of Chaos, so there's no lag time in between. And like I said, we're still keeping that full 6 week cycle on each one of these events here, right? Pure Fiction is going to last for 6 weeks. Memory of Chaos 1 is going to last for 6 weeks. Memory of Chaos 2 is going to last for 6 weeks. Pure Fiction 2 is going to last for 6 weeks. Everything lasts for 6 weeks now, so it gives us more time to complete each one of these events, but we still are getting new and refreshed content every 2 weeks. Hey, I'm fine with that. It gives us a more refreshed taste every couple of weeks. Also, on top of this, guys, they're adding self-modulating resin and more rewards to the shop we can buy now. Hey, this is the peak of quality of life for in-game players, right? This is not really helping much, I guess, for early game players, but for in-game players, I guess the shop helps for early game players, but this is peak, okay guys? Peak, absolute peak. We're getting self-resonating modules. They're also giving us upgrades to the Nameless Glory. We're going to be getting the 680 Stellar Jades immediately. Cash that in. Go ahead and use that in your summons for whatever your character you're summoning for. I love that. They're also increasing the level of it from the max level being 50 to the max level being 70 now, so that means even more rewards for the amount of money we're spending. Great there. We're also getting another self-modulating resin, whatever it's called. I said it before. I don't know. I slipped my mind already. But we're getting another one of those too. Hey, really good to see here. So yeah, we're getting bigger rewards, more in-game content. Really love to see it. But that's the main thing the update brings, right? It brings some updates, of course, to like relics and stuff like that too, but I don't really want to touch on that in this video, because what I want to talk about now is what difference does this make? How does this impact the current players playing the game right now? How does this impact everyone? And how this is going to impact everyone is you're going to need to build your character stronger, first of all, because you can see the power creep catching up to the other content in the game now. We have stronger healers, we have stronger DPSs. Now enemies are going to get tankier and hit harder because they've added more stages, which means maybe their level cap goes up. That's the big thing, right? Is level cap going up. So it's kind of hard to explain, but basically if your characters are 20 levels under the max level character you're facing, right? So say you go into MOC 10 right now and you have level 72 characters, you're going to be doing just about fine, right? But if you bring a level 70 character in there, you'll notice they take a lot more damage and they don't hit as hard. This is how this is going to affect MOC, right? We have to build characters up to higher levels now, meaning you can't really cut as many corners now, because I'm assuming the level of the enemies are going to be higher. That means you need to have higher level characters on your account, or have to have them higher level now to really match up, because they're just going to be getting slapped around because they're taking increased damage because their level is so far off. That's one really big difference here, right? And also brings the minimum threshold of like what you need to actually beat content in the game as well. This is not even pertaining to the level, but the more HP you're gonna need now, because the enemies do hit harder. Like even if you get them to that like threshold you need to reach to not take the increased damage, you need to have them built better. You need them to heal more. You need their percentages to be higher. Meaning I think we're gonna start to see now some of these older characters phasing out now, right? I think we'll see maybe Leslie use Natasha's now, maybe Leslie use March 7th now, maybe Leslie use like Fire MCs or something like that, and like these lower tier characters that are on tier lists and stuff like that. I think we'll see those used less and less now, just because of the fact we're getting higher and higher content, more and more difficult content, that, you know, their scalings of what they can actually do as far as ability wise doesn't really help out as much anymore. It doesn't give us as much anymore. Anyways, that's my thoughts on how it's going to affect the current update. I'm going to make a full video talking about how power creep is affecting the game, and this is a perfect way to show that. So that video will be out in a couple of days. I have a tier list video releasing pretty soon here. And yeah, gamers, hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you in the next one later. Bye-bye.